It is an unusual collection they have been assembling, the tiny metal tabs from Pop Tabs. It was, the teachers believe, a way to at least help the children understand the terrible numbers of the Holocaust. The assignment? Gather 6 million tabs, one for each Jew who perished. An impossible task, the teachers thought. It would at least impress upon the children how vast a number 6 million is, but they have learned something much more. When word of the students' assignment got out, the Pop Tabs began arriving unsolicited in the mail. A few dozen, then a few hundred, and then millions. More than 11 million tabs poured in. Enough to represent not only the Jews who died, but the 5 million gypsies, Catholics, and others killed in the Holocaust as well. Eva Kaur brought 119 tabs to the students. She survived Auschwitz, and the number 119 means something to her.
I was there. I went there with the family. The 119 members of my family disappeared from the face of the earth after that. They have learned, and they can teach now the lessons of the Holocaust.
Beyond what teachers had hoped for, a lesson the children are unlikely to forget. Aaron Hayes, ABC.
Stringing soda pop tabs on a wire. It's a unique way of learning for these 4th and 5th graders at Martin Luther King School.
We're learning about the Holocaust, and each one of these tabs stands for one person that was killed in the Holocaust. They shouldn't have killed them just because they were Jews and stuff. It was really cruel and horrible.
Students are helping this New York artist make feathers out of pop tabs to form a pair of wings. It's part of a project called Wings of Witness. The working sculpture represents the 6 million Jews who died in the Holocaust.
It's probably one of the worst examples of how human beings have treated each other.
Jeffrey Schreier is the artist and creator behind Wings of Witness. He says it not only represents tragedy, but hope.
We really need to look at the destruction that human beings can create for each other and think about what we want for our children. And every way that we can that stimulates thinking about tolerance and understanding and celebrating difference really should be accomplished.
One pop tab, one human being. One feather, hundreds. Ultimately, 11 million Holocaust victims will be represented in the Wings of Witness Holocaust Memorial Sculpture.
It was prejudice and hatred that created that number on my arm and that created these 11 million witnesses that the world keeps talking about.
Eva Moses Kaur is a Holocaust survivor. She's contributing to the sculpture by making a feather representing the victims of her family.
We, the survivors, and everybody, Jeffrey, the students, have to work to eliminate that prejudice and hatred, so stories like this will never be told again. I told you last year, I ended my lecture with a statement that said, you are sending a very powerful beam of light that will illuminate many dark corners in the universe. I did not know that it was that powerful a beam, but I am glad and proud to have been able to have a small part in it. I, of course, when I start a project or I work with anybody or I talk to any of the young people and teachers, I always want you to know that each one of you, each one of us are very important, and one idea can create a project like that, or another project that will touch and illuminate many other dark corners in the world, and they do need illuminating. As I look at these wings of witness, I want you to raise your eyes and look up to the sky. I can tell you that the souls of millions, 11 million people, are looking down at us, among them my parents. And in 1984, when I led a group of Mengele twins back to the camp, which was the 40th liberation, 1985, the 40th liberation to Auschwitz, I made a pledge at the selection platform where I saw them for the last time. I told them that we will never, ever forget them. So I, the one who is a living witness, who bears witness to what happened there, is here with you in trying to commemorate the Yom HaShoah with these wings of witness, who, thanks to the sculptor, will bear witness forever. Please continue your work. You are going to go far into many places and will make a difference in many people's lives. Thank you very much.
It is with great pride that I introduce a man that I can truly call my friend, the artist Jeffrey Schreier.
I need to kind of tell you a little bit about my perspective on art that kind of made it an imperative that I become involved with this project. Many artists understand that the process of making art is an exploration. The developing work of art is sort of like making a map of the artist's journey. For Wings of Witness, many young artists have joined me on this journey through their handwork and their involvement in this project. If the artist has remained open to learning on his journey of making the artist becomes changed or transformed in some way. When we observe art, if we are an observer of art, and if we are open to it, we have an opportunity to experience part of the artist's journey that he or she has gone on during the act of creating. The viewer of art has the opportunity to also be transformed by the art. That is why we feel the way we do after seeing a great film, a great play, or hearing music that moves us. Sometimes we laugh, other times we are brought to tears. If the music we hear is about love and the song is made of musical notes, the notes are the symbols musicians read to make the music. The words of the song are what we hear that tell of love. But the notes and the words are not love. They are man-made symbols that help us understand and communicate love through the song, through language, through art. Like notes are to music, like words are to lyrics, pop tabs have become the clay of a sculpture. They are an artist's material endowed with tragic yet hopeful meaning through the hope and imagination of learning children. I dare not question the imagination of our hope, our future, our children when it seeks noble causes. I embrace this imagination. Look at these wings and let them ascend and descend in the meanings that they can carry, ascend and descend as wings should. Art is communication through imagination. You can look into these wings and see. Firstly, look and see that through symbolism of art, these are wings of witness, wings that recall the needless and brutal destruction of 6 million Jews and uncountable millions of other minorities, among them more than 1.5 million children. These are wings of immense sadness. Then we can blink and look again. Now, here are wings of feathers made by children, many different children learning. Their efforts link together a community in this project. thousands of children. These, then, are their innocent wings flying sparks of hope into our future. We can look at these wings and blink again. We can choose to see in these wings the hope of many survivors who managed to weather the storm of destruction. Eva Moses-Kors said to me when we first spoke, "When I was in Auschwitz, often I wished I had wings. I remembered that clearly. I wished I had wings like a bird so I could fly from that hell." These are wings that can represent the hope for survival. We can blink and change what we see. We can see the tragedy that these are wings that have come too late. They want to transform imagination into reality. They want to defy reality and to fly back in time and rescue those whose lives they can be seen to represent. This is the wish of this art. Yet in reality, it cannot happen. But in recent reality, in 1985 and in 1991, Israeli jets swooped down in Ethiopia and dramatically rescued 30,000 Ethiopian Jews whose lives were endangered by prejudice, civil war, and famine. At the time of the Holocaust, the modern state of Israel did not exist. A similar rescue could not occur. And with all this talk of mine of hope and wishing to go back and change the devastation of the Holocaust, we know we cannot, and with a chill, we can blink and be reminded of the dark shadow of the merciless predator. Within these wings looms the image of the Nazi insignia. The swastika was held in the clutching claws of a predatory eagle and stamped on every Nazi military object. This is a quote by Terence Dupre. Every age produces the event which defines it, and in our time, the Holocaust is ours. It demands that we face the kind of limitless horror our technological and bureaucratic civilization makes possible. The exterminating angel has arisen before us, blocking all light, demanding battle in a night without promise of dawn. This, fortunately, is art. I can look down on the exterminating angel for a moment and then let the faces of children remind me that, lastly, wings of witness at times are my wings. They have flown me to children all over the world who are crafting these feathers for time with their sensitivity, their depth of feeling, and most importantly, their goodwill. In working on Wings of Witness, children's feathers have flown me between the darkness of the past and the hope of the future. I am transformed forever by the efforts of this community.
The Butterfly, Dr. Val Friedman. The last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzlingly yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears would sing against the white stone. Such a yellow is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks I've lived in here, penned up inside this ghetto. But I have found my people here. The dandelions call to me, and the white chestnut candles in the court. Only I never saw another butterfly. The butterfly was the last one. Butterflies don't live in here, in the ghetto.
HaMashiach, אני